Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi Barakatuh. Inshallah, in this recording, we are going to start a new chapter. In this chapter, we are going to study the characteristics of the Arabic letters. We start Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim wa bis-salah ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa nahmiduhu subhanahu wa ta'ala wa nashkuruhu alladhi hadana lihadha wa ma kunna linahtadiya لولا أن هدانا الله الحمد لله رب العالمين. At the very beginning of the course, we talked about the completion of the movements. Then we started with the articulations, mentioning the characteristics of the letters alongside. The scholars knew that only mentioning the articulation of each letter is not enough. It's not enough to enable the pronunciation of the letters in a proper manner. And they found, while studying the letters, that some of the letters share the same articulation area. We did study this in the articulation chapter. And that what differentiate between them, those letters that share the same articulation area, from each other is their characters. And the scholars said, I'll read it in Arabic first and then we're gonna have a look at it in English. الحروف إذا ما اشتركت في الصفات فلا يميزها إلا المخرج والحروف إذا ما اشتركت في المخرج فلا يميزها إلا الصفة. Let's see what does this mean. And when I have remember here this is because we already talked about it before, but let us remember again. The letters sharing the same exit, what differs between them? The characteristics. And the opposite is correct. Letters sharing the same characteristics, what differs between them? The exit. So if we have letters, 3 letters, for example, sharing the same makharij, the same exit, what differs between them? They have different sounds. Otherwise, they would be the same letter. So what differs between them is the characteristics. And if we have letters sharing the same characteristics, what differs between them? The exit. Does this apply on all letters? No. Remember when we talked about huruf al-mad, the elongating letters, huruf al-mad, the alif, the waw, and the ya? They share the same exit and they share the same characteristics. Refer to this lesson, to that lesson, to know what was the difference between them if they share the same exit and the same characteristics. But let us have an example here. In the case of the letters ha and fa, both share the same characteristics. They are both soft, lowered, open, and whispered. They both have hams, infitah, istifal, and rakhawa. So they share the same characteristics. How are we going to differentiate between both of them? They differ in the exit. The letter fa exits from the lips against the upper incisors, while the ha exit from the middle throat. So this is the difference between both letters. If they share the same characteristics, then the difference will be in their exit, and otherwise. We will discuss in this chapter what is meant by the characteristics of the letters. And what's the benefit of studying the characteristics? We will also study the characters from two perspectives. We will look at it from the permanent and temporary sides. We will find that there are characteristics that are permanent and some of them that are temporary. We will also look at it from the strength and weakness perspectives. There are characters that add strength to the letter, and there are characters that add weakness to the letters. So which is which? And in what sense? We will also handle the characteristics separately. We will take each character separately and discuss it and study it, and above all, understand and feel the character in the letter itself. We will practice how to extract the characters of the letters, as we did before. Remember when we got the camera and we extracted the characters of some of the letters? We will do this again. Al-Imam al-Jazri, he wrote about the characters. He gathered them, and I would like to read it for you. It's in Arabic, but what we will be doing is that we will take each character that he mentioned, and we are going to translate it, we are going to understand it and study it. So let me read them in Arabic first. He's talking about the letters, and he is saying Sifatuha. Sifat means characters. It's characters. What are the characters of the letters? صفاتها جهر ورخو مستفل منفتح مصمتة والضد قل مهموسها فحثه شخص سكت شديدها لفظ أجد قط بكت وبين رخو والشديد لنعمر وسبع علو خص ضغط قذ حصر وصاد ضاد طاء ضاء مطبقة وفر من لب الحروف المذلقة صفيرها صاد وزاي وسين قلقلة قطب جد واللين واو وياء سكنا وانفتح قبلهما والانحراف صحح في اللام والراء وبتكرير جعل وللتفشي الشين ضاد استطل. Now, let me just point out some words so that you can follow with me starting from this introduction. صفاتها جهر, remember the جهر, ورخو, رخاوة, مستفل, istifal. I'm just trying to get the words so that you remember those definitions that we talked about before. Hams, mahmusuha, the letters that have hams. فحثه شخص سكت. The letters that have shidda. أجد قط بكت. The in-between letters between rakhawa and shidda. Lin, Umar. The letters that are elevated at all times. خص ضغط قذ. The letters that have itbaq, صاد, ضاد, طا, and ضا. The letters that have whistling sound, صاد, زاي, سين. The letters of qalqala, قطب جد. The letters of lean, the two letters of lean, the waw, the ya, when they are sukoon, with a fatha before them. The lam and the ra that has deviation, and we took this in the articulations. And the ra that has one of its characters repetition. The sheen that has tafashi, and the dad that has istitala. These words and definitions and characters are not strange to you because we already mentioned them and studied them. But in this course, we are going to go deeper in our study of the characteristics. Now, what is character? What is sifa? It's called sifa. What is it? In the Arabic language, the word sifa, which is character, is used to express different meanings. And these meanings could be touchable, meaning, for example, here, seen and recognized, like whiteness, redness, darkness, yellowish. These are some things that are seen, tall, short. But there are other characters that are felt. You feel them. You don't see them, but you feel them. Like knowledgeable, like behaved. When we say this person is behaved, I touched it. I felt it. Okay? Moral characters, and so on. But what about using the word characteristics or characters in Tajweed, describing the letters with different characters? What is meant by that? It means the way the letter is emitted from its articulation point. And we took as example the letter ta, ta, and dal. The three letters, they exit from the same place. Let's imagine this person representing those three letters. They exit from the same place, but each one has a way of exiting different than the other. The ta exits with an echo sound. The ta exits with air, hums, whisper, right? The dal, without any echo nor air, it has qalqala, for example. The echo sound in the ta, remember when we said this is one of the letters of tafkhim. So the echo sound in the ta is because when the ta exits, the rear tongue elevates, the throat narrows, and the middle tongue is lowered. Plus, that the tongue, because it has itbaq, closes against the upper palate, causing the echo sound and the enlargement of its sound. So the way the ta emits is not the same as the dal and the ta, although they emit from the same place, but they have different characters. And I always give this example. If you have two kids and you call them for dinner, one exits his room quickly with a lot of hustle, but the other one maybe is quieter. It takes time until he leaves the room, smoothly moves towards the table. Both were in the same room, but they left the room in a different manner, different way. And this way describes their different characters. And it's the same with the letters. The characters of the letters, if any of them is neglected while pronunciation, it will affect the letter sound, the sound of the letter. The scholars, they reached to 44 or more characters regarding the Arabic letters. Which of these characters do we need to know? Don't get scared. We're not going to study 44. So which of these characters do we need to know and study in Tajweed? We are going to study the ones that will affect in adjusting Qur'an reading. The ones that will allow us to read in a proper way. Okay? We need those that will help us in performing a proper pronunciation of the letters. The ones that if we don't apply them properly while pronouncing the letters, this will negatively affect the proper sound of the letter, and it will change the letter sound from one to the other. And let us take this as an example. The word asa or asa. These are different words and different meanings. And if I mix the sad with the sin, if I did not give the sad its elevation, if I do not give it its itbaq, it will be a sin. So the meaning is different. Asa has a meaning and asa has a totally different meaning. Okay? So what we aim for by studying the characteristics is to ensure that the letter is pronounced within its correct range, so it does not change the meaning. Types of characters. There are two types of characters. One that's always within the letter, fixed to it at all times. And these are called permanent characters. Sifat asliya. Asliya means they are always with the letter at all times. But there are other characteristics that are occasionally accompanying the letter, not at all times. Okay? So these are called sifat arida. Okay? So ones are permanent and others are not, are occasional. Okay? And let's just have a look at some of the characters. Which ones do you think are temporary and which ones do you think are permanent? If the letter has jahr, apparent, is it temporary or permanent? If the letter has rakhawa, it runs when it's in sukoon, is it permanent? Shidda, hams. What about whisper, safir, idgham? What do you think? Is it temporary or permanent? Ikhfa, elevation. In the coming recording, inshallah, we are going to go deeper with the characteristics. We will know which characters are temporary, which characters are permanent, and what are the characters. Okay? So, inshallah, we meet in the next recording and we continue our study of the characteristics of the letters. I would like to thank you for your attention and your attendance, and I'll see you in the next recording, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.